Yo, what's up? So, today is chest day. We're gonna do a little bit of that, and I just wanted to jump in here before that we started and tell you guys about this new pre-workout I've been having. It looks like this. It looks like Nyquil, but it's called Mesomorph, and I really do like it, to be honest. Been using it now for like about a week, and honestly, it makes me feel pretty good after the workout. It does have geranium extract, which for you guys that don't know, that's DMAA in it. And yeah, works pretty good. It's got creatine, all that good stuff, caffeine. So let's get to the workout, bros. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with some flies here, some cable flies. Make sure that I get a good shot on these. Um, Before that though, I'm gonna warm up with some cable right here, and then I'll get started with that. So this is just to make sure that my rotator cuff and everything is going to be pretty good, pretty solid. Just going to do some tricep stuff as well. Now, as you guys might know, they're saying that pressing is vaulted in the Big 25. Have you guys heard that meme? In the Big 25, pressing is vaulted, apparently. Allegedly. Now, do I believe that? No, not really. I think pressing is a great way to grow your chest, but the science-based guys seem not to think so. But I digress. Okay. I'm going to change the handle on this one because I don't really like smooth textured handles. It's just a weird thing. Okay. So I'm really trying to get that stretch. Okay. Now, what I will agree with is that the stretch 100% grows muscle. That is definitely true because I think the range of motion really matters a lot. And the stretch, no matter what, does give you a better range of motion. So, that being said, let's keep going. Now, this one, I might do a quick little drop set just to feel it because I want to go a little bit heavier, anyways. Okay. Let's get down. that set felt pretty freaking good. Not gonna lie. So I'm gonna probably do one more, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump you guys over to the next exercise. Okay, so I know a lot of people don't like doing any type of bench or incline bench, shoulder press on Smith's machine. But whenever I'm alone, it's what I'd rather do. Honestly, it's what I'd rather do anyways. You might see me do them a lot in the videos, but just because I really like the isolation that they bring, and yeah, that's about it. That's the main reason, and I can't really hurt myself as bad. So okay. It's all right set. See, I can get a little bit different of an angle here. Something a little more cool. There we go. Okay. Also, one funny thing about this camera, you might see it in some of the videos, is like up in the top left, it always shows the date and time of the video. But to be honest, like, they're never right. It always says 2024, and I think that's just the way the cameras are set up to be. It's whatever year that they were manufactured, but yeah, if you ever see a date and time, I promise you this is 2025. And yeah. Maybe. One day I may. Search out this 25 for a 10. I think this is like 105 or something like that. I'm trying to go a little lighter on the pressing. Unless it's like a press chest day, which is like once a month. And then that's when I save up all my like true pressing for, or if it's a tricep day, I'll tend to do more pressing later on, just to get the triceps like extra pumped. Yeah. Sounds like someone's here. Almost. But even if they are, I don't really care anymore about filming. Because, I mean, what are they going to tell me to do? Stop? Or if they don't want to be in it, I'll just cut them out. Okay. I don't mean to breathe in the mic. I'll probably have to volume that down a little bit. Phone fell out of my pocket. Dude, I'm working a lot of front delt, and I can tell in that last little strive how much front delt, because they turn bright red. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. Yeah, let's take all this off and go do something else. Maybe a little more productive. Okay, we're going to take a break from chest for just a second. Show something that I don't really show much on the channel, which is abs. I don't know why, but I never really show myself doing these. So I thought maybe I should for once, you know? So let me see if I can get something good here. I might be able to with this. That's not so crooked. Is that better? That's good enough, right? Okay. So for this, I just kind of do pretty much as possible. This isn't really a chest day, it's more of a push day. So it's probably what that I'm going to label it. So most of the stuff isn't really all chest. Yeah. See if I can get a cool angle that I just seen in. Hold on. Okay, the whole everything fell apart for a second. Let's see here. Okay. That was 9. Not too bad for just taking a break from chest, working something a little bit different. But yeah, so let's go do right over here. Yeah, teleported, didn't we? That's one thing about this gym, is everything is like truly super close together. So not really much moving around to be done until you get like back to that hallway of machines. But it's gonna be a pretty good decline movement. First time ever seen this, it was, I'm not saying he's the one that coined it. I've seen Larry Wills do it, so I was like, oh, it's gotta be kind of good as long as I don't, hurt myself. And then I did it. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, I do it every now and then. Not really one of my main workout routines, but definitely still a goated one, none the least. something's up the seat, so I'm going to have to move it around a little bit. It's a little uneven. That's all that I really noticed. So, yeah. No, I'm not really the type to showboat and be like, I don't need music to work out. However, I really don't. I'm not obviously using music whenever I'm recording as much. Maybe for a leg day, but that's about it. It's the only time that I really crutch on it. But to me, it's really not that big of a deal. It's like either have something blasting in your ear or you don't. You know, like I like listening to music. I love music, but it's not necessary for everything, you know. I couldn't hold on to it anymore. Okay, so this pump's coming along so far. Then we'll get on to some shoulders. So that means you get to watch me fiddle with my camera for a good minute until I get everything up. We're not in the camera at this point. It's more like the tripod. Okay. Let's see here. Go this way. Dope. Okay. Probably messing with the mic. Okay. You know, so far, so good. So, let's go hit some shoulders. There's obviously none other more stable, of course, than this. This is the shoulder press machine, and this is the most stable shoulder exercise you can honestly do in the gym. As long as you set it up to get a good stretch, you're still going to get a good workout in. So what that means for a stretch on this is to put the seat up a little bit further to where that this physically presses your arms down, and then you can start. Now this one's a little bit older, so I really can't do a lot of weight on it, to be honest. Never have been for some reason, but it still gets a really good pump in. So, all right. One. Okay. So it felt pretty good. Now, be honest with shoulders and all that. A lot of people, especially when I first started working out, gave me the advice of not working front delts because that grows whenever you bench, do anything besides decline bench. But to get boulder shoulders, really, you have to. especially as someone who's natural and not enhanced, you have to be able to lost my train of thought. Sorry, I read a sign. You got sidetracked. I'm gonna move up the weight a little bit. That one felt pretty good. Do a little bit more than what I was expecting. Oh, you got to train them as a natural. Your shoulders. I swear I heard noise. I'm going paranoid in here. It's fine. Let's go. Okay. Holy crap. Okay. Okay, now here we have an exercise that is really turned out to be one of my favorites. The weighted dip. It's pretty good for your lower chest and for your tricep. Mainly for triceps. This is on push day when I start going into triceps. This is not like in between motion. It's pretty good. So obviously we don't have a normal weighted dip machine, so this is about as good as we have in this gym. Now, Twisted Iron, the gym that me and Ethan first worked out in, and like the first video was filmed, they've got a really good dip machine, and I can do lower chest and tricep, and it's just great. But yeah, not with this one. Okay, so this is about the position I like to be in, super stretched, and just pop up. Sometimes it's not about the quality of rep, it's not even about the number of reps. Sometimes it's truly about the way that the reps are making you feel, if that makes sense. Whew, dude, my hairline is leaving as we speak. No, it's just the way that my hair sweats. There we go, all fixed. My hair sweats all to the middle for some reason. But let's go get in something a little more science-based. You science-based lifters out there. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a lesson in science-based lifting. If you don't know what this is, it's the most important thing that science-based lifters use. And it's called a cuff. What it does is it goes onto a cable like this, and then you'll put your wrist through, strap it to it, and that way, whenever that you actually come down with the movement, put this on something a little bit lower, whenever that you actually come down with the movement, you don't use your hands at all. So it's isolating, especially if you back up against one of these poles, it isolates your tricep because your elbow can't move anywhere. At the same time, you're just moving your wrist. And if you do it this way, really lean up against like I'm about to, or hit it from behind like I'm about to, it is a full angle coming down. So, started. These are super light because there's no squeezing the forearm, so it's harder to kind of gauge where that you need to be. But yeah. I'll get a side angle, but this is about as sturdy as you can get for triceps, and especially if you hold like where the cable comes out of, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. But if you hold that still, lean up against, you're working nothing but your tricep, and you don't even have to close your hand. you can really take that tricep to failure. That's why I like doing these completely after everything, because it's like, you want that pump in your tricep at the very end so that you can, really show chest what's worth it, You can really work that chest. Yeah, I'm going to move this back. Actually, I'll move it to the side so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Hopefully this is far enough back. Okay, I wish I might be able to do this. Hold on. Let's see if this healthy. Yeah, because I'm trying to show this right here. That's the part you want to hold still. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. The same weight, left arm this time. And I like to reach over my head like this and grab it. That way it can move. Some of them don't move anyway, some of them do. So it just kind of depends on what you're blessed with, what you got to work with. But yeah. Whew. That really burns up that tricep. And for you guys that don't know, triceps right here, that's the muscle that we're working at. And it comes whenever you come at a point, that's whenever it comes out. So we're gonna hop on this side, move the weight up about 5 pounds. Do it again. This time I can really show you everything that I'm talking about because it's on the working side. So you're just coming all the way down. Try not to move that arm. These are called partials. So if you can't do a full rep anymore, it's good to get a few of those partials in to get the last little bit out of the muscle. So on this side, obviously, and sometimes my left side, of course your more dominant side is going to be a little bit stronger. So sometimes my less dominant, which is my left, I do have to come in with my right arm and help a little bit on assisted reps. And then other times my right arm's weaker. It just kind of depends on how that your other lifts have went throughout the week, what arm that you've used to grab weights and stuff like. You're going to notice just about anything, to be honest. And yeah, and I'll do some overhead and that'll have triceps pumped. So let me go find this overhead, or my favorite attachment for overhead, which is this triangle grip right here, or V grip, sorry. And I like coming like that. Move this down, got a peg, put that V grip on there. I can do quite a bit with this. Yeah, we'll just do one set until failure. Oh, and failure means until you can't do another rep, by the way. This is called lockout. It's at the end. Sometimes it's really hard to get. That was a big burn. This arm, it's a little harder to see muscle definition, but it got a really good burn. So let's do some forearms, and then we're done. Okay, so in case you guys were wondering what my favorite forearm exercises have been here recently, it's been with the bench. And what I'll do is I'll grab right now I'm on a 20-pound dumbbell. I'll bring it over to this bench right here that you're looking at. I'll kneel down, and then I'll let my wrist extend as far as it can. I'll kind of hold it down a little bit, and I'll let that dumbbell open my hand like this. I'll grab it and just rip it back up. And do it slow, or else you'll be moving momentum instead of the actual weight. But this is like the best stretch right here to really get that wrist built. And it'll improve your wrist flexibility because you're actually letting that wrist, fall down all the way right there. And then once that gets a little bit more difficult, I'll start repping with my fingers closed and just get as many as I can in there to really burn out that forearm. But with the fingers, it's more for grip strength, and it'll help your core grip. And then once that you get past that, then that'll actually help your hand strength. So yeah, I have been watching my Jeff Nippard videos, but that's not even while I'm doing this. I've been watching some like arm wrestling stuff, and they do a lot of forearm exercises. And I was like, oh, I've had wrist problems in the past, so I might as well try to work on them. Okay, and after that, I'll let my forearms, kind of shake out the pain a minute, and then I'll grab this 20-pound, let it kind of do this, and just push my fingers. This is also with grip. If you don't want grip strength, if you don't care about it, then I don't really do it. There's just some lifts that I want to have better grip on. And also this will help your veins stick out for aesthetics, and that's another thing that I'm looking for. So you guys don't know I'm not a power lifter. I don't know if I really talked about this much, but I'm not going in here to rep high weight or high reps. I did talk about it earlier, but I'm in here to do strictly strong. I don't want to get copyrighted. And I realized that the TV was playing the whole time in the background, but I'm in here to look good, if that makes sense. And not even good in the aspect of like, I want to look healthy. I want to look jacked. That's the reason why that I come to the gym. So this doesn't really matter for me, to be honest, but I do it for the veins because that does make you look a little bit leaner, especially in the arms. And it's easy to build out of. After that, you can kind of do this and do like a little bit of endurance. So just grab a dumbbell like this, rep it up. It's important sometimes on grip control not to actually grab the dumbbell by the easy handle, because if you do, your grip won't like get as good as what that you want it to. But this will help a few of your lifts, to be honest, stability wise. So it's always good to train. And it will make your forearms also blow up and look big. So if you got big forearms, I wouldn't really worry about it. If you don't, this is a good way to bring them up. Oh, okay. And yeah, let's pose down and get out of here. Just want to hit a few poses because I kind of like the way that this pump carried on. So I'm going to roll this up just a little bit.